All right, what's going on, everybody? The Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose Iceman V2013 YouTube channel. The man with the plan, the man with the knowledge, the man with the wrestling news. And okay, this is somewhat of a response video. It's not a drama video, but I watched the video today by Charley Rant 2015, and I had to chuckle, I had to laugh. He was talking about TNA, how it was no good. He was praising how Raw was on Monday night. And, I don't disagree with you about Monday Night Raw because Raw was a very, very good show. And for me, I will say it like it is, my opinion. And yes, you have your opinion as well. But you're talking about TNA, how it's no good, and TNA is filled with washed up wrestlers. You were basically talking about Matt Hardy going after the TNA World Heavyweight belt. Now, you had a problem with this. And for me, I don't understand why you have a problem with this. Because a lot of people that watch promotions get tired of seeing the same guy go after the huge belt, their biggest belt. Now, we've never seen Matt Hardy go after the TNA World Heavyweight title before, just until recent. So what's wrong with that? It's something new. It's something different. It's not the same people all the time. And then for you to say the Hardy Boys are washed up, you're telling me Jeff Hardy's washed up? Jeff Hardy is one of the best wrestlers there ever was in the business. The Hardy Boys, I mean, they are the ones who made the ladder matches. I mean, I don't understand your logic here. Saying all the wrestlers in TNA are all washed up. The roster right now in TNA is filled with many young stars. Yes, you have some veterans like the Bobby Roodes who have been around since the very, very beginning. You have Eric Young. You have Bobby Lashley, who's probably in the best shape of his life right now. You have a Mr. Anderson who basically he still is what he was years ago. He hasn't improved. And he hasn't declined either. And then you have Kurt Angle, of course. Is Kurt Angle washed up? Maybe he's on the verge towards retirement. But to say he's washed up, by no means. Kurt Angle can still take anybody on in that wrestling ring. I don't care who it is. And he would very well do so if given the opportunity. So you're talking about TNA with washed up wrestlers, and I commented on your video, and I like your videos. I watch your videos. I have no trouble with you, but I commented on your video hoping you would respond back to me because I made a comment about the washed up wrestling comment, and I also commented too for the fact that what is the difference when the WWE brings back guys that have already retired? Guys that are not active no more in the ring. I mean, what difference is there when you bring back a Ric Flair, or when you brought back a Hulk Hogan, or you even brought back Stone Cold Steve Austin into the ring? I mean, what's the difference? You have Big Show, you have Kane. These guys have been around since the late 90s. Kane a little longer than Big Show. Do I think they're washed up? No. They are at the end of their careers. They don't have much more left in them, but they're not washed up. And just that remark when you said it, just hit a spot with me where I was debating whether I was going to respond to you or not. And you probably don't watch my videos, and if you don't, I really don't care because I'm sure the word will get back to you. But you need to really think things out before you call TNA trash, and whatnot. And yeah, right now you're on the WWE bandwagon because they had a good SummerSlam. They had a very good Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam. They had a very good NXT takeover on Saturday night prior to SummerSlam. So right now you're praising the WWE, whereas it wasn't that long ago that I heard you say the WWE sucked. I mean, realistically, I don't know whether it's, what you do in your free time that is affecting your thinking or not, but you got to look at it this way. Not all wrestling shows are going to be good all the time. And I have to say, you're totally wrong about TNA. TNA was a very, very good show on Wednesday night, and they have more young talent now than they've really had in a very long time. And a lot of that young talent is very, very good. You were talking about Velvet Sky. You know, you said she was washed up. How is she washed up? Yeah, maybe TNA doesn't utilize her the way they might, or maybe the way that a lot of people would like to see her get utilized. But they're also involving other knockouts to get involved. Well, I mean, we saw the Dollhouse add a new member with the Rebel. You probably didn't like that either. I mean, I don't understand your logic. All I know is I stated to you in a comment, the facts are facts. The WWE brings in a lot of guys that are no longer active wrestlers, or a lot of guys into their shows to make their show that much more better. Now, none of us, when they bring them out, when you see Hulk Hogan, or when we saw Hulk Hogan, or when we saw Ric Flair come in the ring on Monday Night Raw, Flair's not washed up. I mean, I'm trying to understand where your head is at here. And when you said the Hardys were washed up, I mean, you're totally wrong. I don't know. I'm lost for words when you said this. Jeff Hardy still. We've seen it so recent. Did you see that match where he fell off the cage and hit his head on the ring steps? The guy still does phenomenal things in the ring. How can you say he's washed up? So he's been gone. He broke his leg on a motorcycle. I mean, come on. So anyway, I had to put this out there because both promotions have their veterans they utilize. We've seen TNA as well bring in guys that are no longer in their company. We've seen like Tommy Dreamer come back. We've seen, many stars come back in TNA. And it's just for a few dates or a few TV airings. And it's nice to see. But you don't go around and say they're washed up. They're there to add a little flavor to the show. And, it gets people, more entertained, much like the WWE does. I'm lost here, Charlie. I'm lost here. I wish you would respond to me and tell me where your head was at, saying that TNA sucks and how their roster is all with a bunch of wash-ups. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Anyway, guys, with that being said, I'm out of here. Like I said, it's not a rant on Charlie. It's just giving my opinion. I want to voice my opinion because I totally disagree with the words he stated in that video. And like I said, I commented and he never responded back. So there you have it for this Thursday night. The one and only, the man with the plan, the man with the knowledge, the man with the wrestling news, the one and only Iceman. Have a great night, everybody.